Okay.
That was a quick, what's the name I'm thinking of? Ready up? Question mark? Look, you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's sometimes how it goes. All the players that quickly dive in. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to set up the SC2 mods. INnoVation was done. Dark, not quite. We're good. We're good.
Yeah. That we should be. And speaking of good, here we are now on Romanticide. LE. LE, of course, standing for Lovers Establishment. Lovers Establishment. That's when you have like this old couple that run a B&B, a bed and breakfast, and it's an establishment of love and whatnot. Here in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the... Who messed up the names? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mentioned it. Go on.
No.
Who?
Red Terran player. Sorry, my thinking is a little... My train is a little focused right now. Representing KyZ Gaming, KZG, we have the real, not the imitation, the machine himself, INnoVation.
Going for the proxy and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Dark.
Pulling the boys so far away. I mean, Dark did scout this proxy, but is it worth it at this point to just pull the boys and try to stop that from coming up? That is...
They're done. That's the thing.
Are quite a way away.
The Raxes are done. So the reason to do this is to, you know, kill the SCVs and deny any kind of bunkers from coming out. But again, like, yeah, it's not really worth it, I don't think. We'll see. I mean, he's trying to get the SCVs.
Yeah, best case scenario is that with these drones, Dark is going to be able to get us around on top of the Marines, but not going to be happening.
Oh yeah, he's waiting for an opportunity where like the Marines are left on their own.
And honestly, I really question this coming up from Dark. I mean,
oh yeah.
Usually when I look at Dark playing, I just think, okay, he has an idea of what he's doing. Even if I don't understand it, Dark definitely does understand what he's doing. So yeah, I kind of trust his judgment, but at the same time, Dark is also one to go Roach Ravager in the late game. So...
yeah, definitely, and we'll see, because that's a lot of drones out there kind of doing their best to hold on and take out those Marines. Meanwhile, ooh, the bunker does get denied, just barely.
Yeah, but the Marines are still here in play, still looking to start a step this. No SCVs yet.
Yeah.
Or all the SCVs have been taken out for INnoVation. This is giving Dark such a foothold.
Exactly, and now in Dark, he's back to mining with all of his workers. He has the worker lead as well, and the bunker is forced to be cancelled.
And just like that, INnoVation, he's still continuing to pump minerals into these Marines. That was quite an extensive investment that he wants to continue to utilize.
Yeah,
we'll see
and
how
again,
effective
like,
it can be.
And this is what you get for doubting Dark. He knew exactly what he was doing when he pulled the boys, and he was out there fighting amongst all the SCVs and all of the Marines. And now, like, the INnoVation, he just pulls everything.
He does pull everything, but I will say this, like, where's the AoE? Well, Dark can't get any AoE. I don't think it's possible for a Zerg player to at this point. So pulling the SCVs may be exactly what INnoVation needs. He needs something to tank these spine shots, to tank these queen shots. And with that, he's wiping out the army. He's taking out the queens. Look at the army supply difference.
Exactly.
And INnoVation parked right on top. GG. INnoVation going up to match point.
GG Dark. Like, INnoVation pulled everything across the map to win the game, and Dark, he only pulled half his workers. The rest of his workers were in the main base. He needed everything possible to hold then and there.
You love to see it. INnoVation decision making at the end.
Yeah, definitely. He knew that he still had a chance if he just pulled everything. To be fair, he was as all in as it got. If Dark held there, he would have won, but he just barely did not have enough. And this time, okay, Dark has been selected.
Right, it's in the logos mod.
Yes, yes. That's what they were talking about. They were talking about the logos mod. Someone pointed out in chat as well. Someone, it was KB. I accidentally put Billowy instead of Dark.
I mean, they're kind of next to one another in the list, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, alphabetically.
Yeah, honest mistake.
Yeah, but you know what? It's all good. They are all correct for this match.
And with that, that's going to be what Dark needs to fuel him to the ace match. Well, we'll see. As we are now on match point here on Pillars of Gold. LE. Holding up the rest of the map pool, also LE. We're in the top right-hand corner map, swinging all the way in the top right-hand corner map. The Red Terran player coming down from South Korea. He is going to be representing KyZ Gaming. KZG. We have, and this is a bit of a treat for me, Light. This is a player who I very rarely get to cast. In fact, I think I only casted him once before. He is the actual, real, not the imitation, INnoVation.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming DPG. It is Dark.
Now, Pillars of Gold. I still consider Pillars of Gold to be more of a Zerg favorite map. I think a lot of Terran players have sort of figured out what they need to do and what they need to avoid doing to give the advantage to their Zerg opponents. And as a result, we kind of see the win rates evening out a little bit more, but there's still the opportunity, right, for Dark to kind of catch INnoVation off guard in the middle of the map, crush him, and go for the victory, go all the way home.
Yeah, kind of. It's a little bit different as when we talk about Dark, because he has his own army composition that he likes to go for, right? He does favor that Roach Ravager style of play instead of straight up Ling Bane. That's not saying that like he can't go straight up like Ling Bane into Mutas or something like that, but yeah, he does favor Roach Ravager play instead, for his own reasons, I guess.
He favors it now.
Yeah. So we'll see how that does here against INnoVations. I was watching a bit of their matches earlier. I think it was game 2 and game 1, and Dark was going for Roach Ravager in those games as well. So we'll see if he whips that out here in game 4.
Yeah, that's what will likely happen knowing Dark, but yeah, we'll see. The thing about Dark's style of Roach Ravager is it's not... I wouldn't describe it as a knife edge style, right? It's in fact kind of the opposite. You want the Roach Ravager to keep you safe enough to get into your late game and then go for a massive transition that catches the Terran player off guard. But the way Dark plays it, it almost is kind of that knife edge style where he has to execute it perfectly. So he really likes to cut as many corners as he can with that. And on the flip side, he's also prone to getting tunnel vision with it. So we'll see.
Yeah, and we'll see how smooth his transitions are later on, because we have seen that here is like Roach Ravager, and then when things get later on in the game, he tries to incorporate lurkers. Again, he has a very interesting composition when he gets there. But like getting there can be an issue sometimes, where he's like stuck on Roach Ravager for maybe too long, and then when he does try and switch into lurkers, like it's a little bit too late, and your opponent takes advantage of the fact that you lack AoE. So yeah, we'll see what happens here.
I can hear the chanting in my head right now, like, it's going stim to win, stim to win.
And INnoVation, he can do that.
Yeah, that's kind of what he was known for the longest time. Oh, a little bit of a misclick over there.
Ah, yeah, just showing that spawning pool who's boss.
Yeah, Dark would do that, wouldn't he? It's like, hey, Respect the queens.
Exactly. Respect the queens. As in the end, the Reaper does go down. We do see INnoVation did go for, I believe it was a CC before Starport, question mark? Or was it 1-1-1 to a third CC? Not too sure.
I don't remember, honestly.
Regardless, he does have his third CC on the way, and he's going for a 1-1-1. As I believe we don't have game heart.
No, we do not. We gotta educate INnoVation.
F's in the chat.
I mean, he has learned.
And
Like Wax Angel calls it machine learning.
Dark, he's going for +1 melee.
Okay, not at all what we were expecting coming out from Dark. Said a little bit more of a standard-ish army composition, but Dark is looking to be very aggressive with it.
Yeah, exactly, and we do see 1-1 is on the way, so this time it looks like he's not opting to go for roaches. He's actually going to play Ling Bane, which is crazy. It's something that we don't often see from Dark in this matchup, and we've seen him go like Ling Bane go straight into Hive before. We'll see if like this is something that he's still willing to do. Again, that's something that we saw a lot more from him in years past, in years gone by.
Yeah, I mean, even at the start of the year, you sort of saw him do it every in a while, once every couple of series, but yeah, as 2020 went on, you just did not see it from Dark ever again.
Yeah, it can be really difficult to pull off because again, like you do forego anti-air and like it can be abused quite well by something like this, like Banshees.
There we go. Spores are in position, but only enough to sort of detect them.
Yeah, there are a couple of queens that are coming in position, but there aren't any spores to give detection. So yeah, Dark is struggling a little bit. Lair isn't done yet.
Plenty of energy though, and same cannot be said for one of these Banshees. One of them already starting to get taken out. This weakens the harass so much here for INnoVation. Means he has to stick the Banshee. Needs to leave the Banshee behind for a bit longer, as it does take 2 Banshee hits to take out a drone. Yeah,
definitely. And so far, my hopes are up. Again, like, this is something that I did for the longest time because Dark did it. Despite having the lair, like, he's just focusing on getting... Yep, he's doing it! He's doing it! He's going straight into Spire! I mean, straight into Hive!
Heck yeah! We were waiting for it!
Mate.
And Dark, he knows what the people want.
He's going full Dark right now.
Donnie Darko, you could call it.
Oh my god. So we did like briefly mention that this can be really risky to go for because again, like you don't have mutas, you don't have hydras, your anti-air is relying on spores and queens because mate, Dark, he's going straight into Hive, he's going to be looking to go straight into ultras.
And it is such a larva intensive composition as well, isn't it? That's why we can sort of see Dark. He's going for 2 more macro hatches. He needs that larva. He needs to be pumping out as many Lings and Banes as he can just to keep him alive from INnoVation's assault.
Yeah, definitely. As so far, he has been able to hold against this drop, able to take out both Widow Mines. Or one.
Yeah, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't really have a point here. I'm just, I want to flex a bit on how high I can count.
Yeah, and that's so important, especially because you know what? We don't have game heart.
Yeah, it is. We count that workers individually.
Exactly, and so far there it is. The Hive is on the way. So far, Dark is doing a decent job at holding over here towards the north.
I appreciate you pulling away from that light because, man, that was a painful connection for any Terran players.
Oh boy. Meanwhile, there was a pretty good Widowmine connection here to the south as well, but in the end, Dark is able to hold on both sides.
Yeah, has the detection with that spore as well, so mine's not going to be too much of an issue over there. Not enough DPS to cancel that that Ling before it sets off the mine. You know, you gotta lift, Doesn't lift.
Does not lift. Now we have INnoVation looking to expand. He's just working on his upgrades, which is all well and good. Meanwhile, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for that Hive to finish up so Dark can get into what he's really been working towards. Ooh.
Oh, these Widow Mines taken out before they can get a single connection. And INnoVation, I mean, you can sort of tell that he hasn't played against this style in a while.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're playing against this, like mate, drop to your heart's content, get a couple of liberators out. Like there's like the queens were struggling earlier just to deal with those 2 banshees. That should have been a tell. Regardless, INnoVation, he is still continuing to macro up, and there it is. There is the Ultralisk Cavern.
And I'm just looking at INnoVation right now. He is starting to switch into Marauders. I mean, he knows how Dark likes to play this out. He knows that he's got to worry about the Ultralisk, but not quite enough Tech Lab Raxus. If I'm not mistaken there.
Yeah, like INnoVation, he actually hasn't scouted this whatsoever. Like he's unaware of the infestation pit. He's unaware of, you know, the macro hatches as well. And oh god.
And he sees a lot of Lingbane. That's how he knows.
Yeah, it should be.
Ideally it is. Could just be INnoVation saying, you know what, I haven't made in a while? Marauders. Just making Marauders.
Yeah, he is making Marauders. Meanwhile, it looks like there is enough here for Dark to hold. Dark does go for a bit of a run by, but he just runs into the army.
He does. He's starting to overwhelm it, but yeah, mines are going to be the end of that.
It looks like that mine drop was dealt with, as it did kill a decent amount of workers. I believe 6 or so workers went down, but mate...
Should have seen the infestation pit as well.
Oh yeah, he definitely should have, and now we see a massive drop going into the main.
INnoVation will confirm this. Oh, if he can take out the Vipers. Dark, he's playing with fire right now. He loses one of them already. Vipers, they are not cheap units whatsoever. And it takes quite a while to absorb energy.
Exactly, so 1 Viper already going down. He does clean up the drop, but INnoVation, he's not done with those drops, with that aggression. He is pushing over to the later space. There are plenty of Lings, no Banelings.
No, there are not. Should be able to get some decent connections here. Yes, shaving off the link count. Quite nicely done, but there's way more where that came from. Again, Lingbane, when you're playing Lingbane in a Hive, there's a lot of Lingbane you gotta contest with.
Exactly.
What would normally be a decent amount of damage done is not even close to being good enough.
That's why you need all these macro hatches, and now the Ultralisks are on the way. The thing that's missing for Dark though, and to be fair, he's struggling when it comes to the gas count, he doesn't have any ultra upgrades on the way.
Dark uses a classic Ultra skin. Who'd have thought?
Who'd have thought?
Oh, Widow Mines do commit to that connection, taking out another decent chunk of Lingbane. And the Marauders helping out a ton to absorb these Veiling hits, but they very easily get surrounded now. Dark chasing down these Medivacs. I almost said Hydra. Viper trying to take another Parabomb. INnoVation, he is not trading too efficiently, to say the least.
Not at all, but he's continuing to trade, I'll give him that. Like, oh my god, the friendly fire.
In the end, 4 Marauders left to tell the tale. They gotta go home, tell their friends, so yeah, the boss just made us eat a couple of mine hits.
Meanwhile, the Lingbane is continuing to rally across the map, looking to try and deny or kill one of these bases.
Gets a kill! And to be fair, INnoVation, I mean, he has still been macroing up. He's been getting other bases up behind this. Dark, not quite able to creep across the map like a Zerg player would typically want to on a map like Hills of Gold. Yeah,
he's been struggling with the creep, and the creep matters so much, especially when your ground army is, like, when you're this ground focused with your army, especially with Lingbane Ultra. And again, I'm a little bit concerned because finally, there it is, Kindness Plating did just start up for Dark.
And with that, the Ultralisks are no longer going to be bubble wrap. They are actually going to be quite a contender. Nice little micro trick that Terran players have been known to do, just borrowing and unborrowing
the mines
to reset the, to try to reset the targeting. That's all said and done. Not enough mines managed to connect with enough of Dark's army.
Oh my god, and Dark, he just
back again.
Yeah, he just keeps swallowing up the army of INnoVation. To be fair, INnoVation, I believe he did start, yes, there it is. We do have 2 Liberators coming out at a time to help deal with those Ultras, and that's the thing that Dark is missing. Eventually, you want to get a Spire for those Corruptors to help deal with them.
Something, lack of anti-air is abusable with this style.
It is. It's very abusable. Oh god, we'll see if Dark ends up transitioning into Corruptors at some point. That's really the tech that he wants to get into at the end, or if he's able to brute force.
love to see the Overseer tank the mine hits over there. I feel like Dark has just enough to brute force his way in. I mean, he's going to take a very valuable base here of INnoVation.
Ooh, meanwhile, there's a decent amount of Marauders here over on the left-hand side looking to push on through, but there are so many Banelings.
And that they're completely avoiding the Marauders too. Trying to connect on top of the Marines, and they do succeed. As time goes on, it looks more and more likely that we're gonna get our ace match, but I would not count on INnoVation yet. Still getting his Liberator count up.
Exactly, that he is. Meanwhile, once again, Dark, like his anti-air are parasitic bombs. that's his anti-air. He's just relying on Vipers to try and power bomb as much as he can, but it's just not reliable whatsoever. If INnoVation gets set up quite nicely, he can deal with these ultras, but
oh, those mines do not manage to pop off. Liberator's getting a ton of damage done though. But meanwhile, the Army of Dark just moves past it. GG is called. Dark takes it to the ace match, giving us what we wanted to see. Oh boy. I guess this now solidifies in Dark's head. Maybe I shouldn't go for the Roach Ravager style all the time.
GG, we love it. This is something that I've seen Dark do for the past like 2-3 years. I want to say 3 years. Like he just does this whenever he can. He just slips it into a best of, just Ling Bane straight into Hive, straight into Ultras, and mate, when it works, it works.
Those rare few times.
I'd rather see this than Roach Ravager, okay?
You know what? I feel that. And thank you very much, Dally-Cat, for the resub 31 months in a row. How we count this out, Light? How them quacks coming down?
Quack.
Quack?
I'm not going to be able to keep count of this. Quack.
Quack?
Quack.
Quack.
Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. Quack. I feel like I'm in the Mighty Ducks. I did 9, I think. We're in, mate.
That was 13. That was 13 in total. We're in. We'll give you the rest of the quacks in installments, Sally, because for now, we are going to be concluding game number 5 here, the ace match of this final qualifier for DreamHack Last Chance. It is literally the last chance for one of these players to make it to DreamHack Last Chance, but not the last chance for them to go into Katowice. I think they are pretty solidly in the middle of qualifying, so yeah, not quite their last chance. In the bottom left-hand corner of map, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Oxide LE. He may or may not be breathing, but he is definitely oxidizing as he is representing KZ Gaming, KZG, the machine himself, the real machine, the genuine INnoVation.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Team Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Dark.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, and now I'm curious to see what Dark is going to whip out here in game number 5 in the ace match. I'm happy. INnoVation, he didn't pull a Maru, he didn't go for a proxy. Dark is looking for it though.
Yeah, after that Romanticide game, cannot be too careful.
Oh yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, Quack.
It's 14. Quack.
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 Are you keeping count? Quack.
That's 23. Quack.
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 I just did a quack through trumpets.
I'm gonna.
Do it. Quack.
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 And that's 31.
There you go. There you go. There are your 31 quacks. You know what we need? We need like we need a soundboard for quacks. For actual quacks.
I put one in my phone, but I couldn't control the quacks. Or I found one to download on my phone, but yeah. I wasn't able to control it. I pressed the button and instead of a single quack, it was like quack, 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 quack.
Yo. Zerg Troll, he doesn't, yo, you didn't even know. Crank actually has that onesie.
He does.
Crank for, I believe it was for like, I can't remember what the occasion.
It was for, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was for Kings of the North.
Maybe, but there was an occasion and he ended up ordering in a onesie. I remember that Ollie was like, she didn't even know that it was coming. You just suddenly like Crank whipped out the onesie and she's like, what is happening right now? And yeah, he did a couple of streams with them, so yeah, it's part of the Cranky lore. It's there.
He has that meme where he looks into the camera and the caption is, "I've lost control of my life."
Mm-hmm. That should be on this Twitch channel, actually.
I
believe.
You know, we're taking suggestions what to replace it with. But till then, we're gonna keep it on.
Meanwhile, I'm sad, I'm disappointed. Dark, he's reverting back to his ways. Richborn.
No, and I know that you look at Dark and you consider him to be a son. How heartbreaking is that to see him, revert to his ways?
It's. I'm tempted to disown him for this, but like he kind of redeemed himself as well last game, so I have to, I have to be nice.
Give him a chance.
Yeah, definitely. So the problem is that we do have INnoVation going for the 1-1-1. He is going for a Banshee. Not just a Banshee, mate, he's going to be following up with some Hellbats.
That he is. Now we know what all that gas is for.
Oh boy. So this is going to hit hard. To be fair, like, Roaches do fairly well against this. And there we go. Roaches are in production. Only one so far. As Dark is a little bit supply blocked, but as long as he can get a decent amount of Roaches out, like, he should be perfectly fine against the Hellbats.
He definitely should, but we'll see how well INnoVation is able to split up his Hellbats to make sure, each of them are firing, and also how well he can control the Banshees, because that's really what's going to be what he's utilizing to clean this up. Not morphing the Hellbats yet. He knows that's kind of suicide. INnoVation, surprisingly, gonna go straight to try to fry up some drones. Does get some very good scouting, though. And I feel like that's what INnoVation wanted to do. He saw a couple of those roaches and thought, you know what? Why don't I just switch gears up here? I'm not going to be able to do too well against the roaches. Yeah, that's exactly what he thought. Like, he realized, okay, this Hellbat push that I was working towards isn't going to do anything. I have to do something with these Hellions. So he opted to flip a coin, essentially go in to the natural, dive in, and try and get some drone damage. Unfortunately, he didn't manage to get any, and he needs to do something with these Banshees now. Like, he's invested quite a bit into this aggression. He needs to deal some kind of economic damage. And he's looking to find it. The Queen's making it a little bit difficult. Already an Overseer for that detection. So INnoVation just sort of wandering around these Banshees. It's weird seeing Banshees that don't have the rotors. It just looks like they're floating.
I mean, they are.
No, but you know what I mean. They're levitating. They're not using wind pressure to lift them. Right. What are they using? Like how helicopters do. They're just like on strings, Yeah, exactly. That's now on that. It looked like a Nidus for a second. On that Overlord. Yes, the Overlord does go down in the end. I also like how, god damn it, KaiZ, you need to get a transparent version of your logo. Like, I know you can't see it. I don't see anything about the mod. Yeah, I don't see anything about the mod. Oh my god. Alright, we got a bit of a roach run by here, able to kill a handful of SCVs, and Dark, he's doing dark things, going Lingbane, Roach Ravager. As Dark does. Now, we'll see if Dark has been able to, refine this style and not get too tunnel visioned, or if INnoVation is feeling warmed up against this, because, as you mentioned, Dark was going for this style in game number 1, at least. Not too sure about game number 2.
Yeah, like this is what he's become known for nowadays. You know, going for Roach Ravager in ZVT as his main army composition. We'll see how he's able to do. Like there are advantages to this style. Like you can bile down tanks incredibly well. Like it does work out for you.
Oh, more macro hatches.
Oh
and
boy.
A quick infestation pit. Not quite Lingbane into Hive, but this is exactly what the Roach Ravager is supposed to accomplish, right? It's supposed to keep Dark safe enough to be greedy like this, to tech up as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and I'm shook right now, mate. This guy's going for triple upgrades.
So greedy.
I mean, it's interesting because this is like the weakness of, who did we cast earlier? Was it Dongray Gu, who went Roach Ravager, where he was stuck on +1 melee he was just stuck on +1 melee, you know? Like he had invested so much in the Roach Ravager upgrades that he neglected his Lingbane upgrades.
I guess Dark just doesn't want to make the same mistake as Dongray Gu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if anyone's like, you know, has this like more refined when it comes to this style, it's Dark, right? So it's pretty interesting that he's opted to go for this.
Oh, without a doubt. Maybe not the creator of the style, but definitely the pioneer of it.
Yeah, creator, he went down earlier today.
Yeah, he's also plays Protoss, so
he does.
Not sure why he's experimenting with Zerg builds. Takes out the anti-air. Nicely done. Oh, but it's no, that was a premature celebration if I've ever seen one. Got up for me.
Oh god, yeah, INnoVation does end up losing one of his dropships. Meanwhile, we do have another drop over here on the left-hand side of the map. The Spore is here, but it's not quite in position to really stop this. Oh.
Yeah, a little bit far back. Very quick reaction coming up from Dark. Sees the blimp on his mini-map and immediately repositions the Spore.
Yeah, and the army does come in as well. Meanwhile, the drop, oh, never mind. A Banshee is chipping away at this base, and the main army is pushing through the center of the map, but he's getting caught unsieged.
And stay with me, like, Stim to win. Only a handful of Banelings. Nice bile, so takes out a couple of the tanks. INnoVation still with a very healthy tank count, but not as bad as it would have been otherwise.
Exactly, 2 tanks and a bunch of bile just got biled upon, and now the Lingbane gets on top of everything.
And there's enough here for the surround. Just enough Banelings that INnoVation cannot try to, you know, start a step or kite against this. Forced to back away. Nicely done here by our blue Zerg player.
Yeah, and despite INnoVation dropping all over the place, he's just getting cleaned up. Like, the drop in the main base did nothing. The drop here to the south is getting cleaned up as well. To be fair, again, there's not that much anti-air. With these spores, they should be enough.
Like, that was a little overkill, if I do say so myself. Like.
Yeah, a bit of a wasted power bomb there. I don't think it was necessary. Oh, yo, he totally could have done on that, by the way.
Oh, it was totally necessary. Dark had to flex on, you know.
Oh god, just a little bit, and hopefully that doesn't bite him later on. Hopefully he does regain that energy on that Viper.
Yeah, I mean, he can continue to just, you know, suck on top of this hatchery, get some of those nutrients.
Yeah, some of that youth juice, if you will.
What?
Tune into my cast with Milk over the weekend to get that reference. We were casting Patty Mac, and I brought up that he was 18 years old. And he's like, oh my god, he's using that youth juice. And I was like, what? What does that mean? And we just ran with it for the entire cast.
That's our new meme. Alright, decent trade here for INnoVation. You know, here in the north, Dark not quite in position. Only a handful of Banelings here.
Oh,
but
you know,
INnoVation not quite enough to Stim to win. He is trading so well, though.
Oh, exactly. He does focus down that base, and oh my god, he uses a Blinding Cloud, not a Power Bomb, and it looks like Dark, he's going to lose both of his hatcheries.
Just starting to slowly get starved out. The rest of his bases are starting to get low on the minerals. Even just taking out Extractor, because he really wants to make sure Dark doesn't have his gas-intensive units out like these lurkers.
Exactly, and we brought it up multiple times throughout this series. Depending on which style Dark decides to go for, one thing is constant: he lacks the anti-air.
That he does, relying a lot on these corrosive biles, which aren't exactly reliable.
And because of that, INnoVation is able to abuse him and just drop all over the place. Like Dark, he's just he was keeping up for a while, you know, with all these drops, but eventually it was just too much. And the fact that there's nothing to really shut down these medevacs, INnoVation has just been able to deal so much damage to Dark.
He definitely has. And now, I mean, getting ready for another round here in the south. Dark just getting picked apart here.
Yeah, he just can't expand. He's stuck on 3-base economy. I say 3-base, mate. He's starting to mine out in his first and his natural base.
Yeah, unfortunately, macro hatches don't quite count.
Yeah, the biles are decent, but again, like, the longer this goes on, the better it is for INnoVation. Like, Dark, he's desperate for some minerals and for some gas.
And show me where the splash damage is on this army right now, like, because INnoVation, say it with me, stim to win. That's a lot of medevacs being taken out, actually.
That was a lot of medevacs being taken out, but you know what? It's just pure Ling Ravager at this point. There's nothing. There's like, where are the Banelings? The Banelings are just what you need to deal with this. And
GG is called INnoVation, not the imitation INnoVation. The genuine INnoVation is going to be clutching out that series. Going to be taking that final spot in DreamHack Last Chance from the Asia qualifiers.
GG. Dark, he almost had it, but mate, he just doesn't like making corruptors, doesn't like making mutas, doesn't like making hydras. He used to
like corruptors.
I was about to go into that. I was about to say, like, originally I played, it was back in Heart of the Swarm, he popularized Ling Bane Corruptor instead of Ling Bane Muta. And that was like the go-to, you know, and that was great to see. But it's been a while since he's done that, and long gone are the days where he had anti-air. F's in the chat.
I miss it, like.
This is so damn much. I mean, Dark used to win these games, Yaku. He used to win.
Dark used to not lose.
God damn, Dark.
Our boy.
He's gone. He's gone. He's out.
I guess we're your boy. He's your son.
He is out of the tournament, out of this qualifier. He does not make it to DreamHack Last Chance. And INnoVation, he is the final player to make it through.
Yeah. He does, in fairness, have a decent shot of making it to Katowice, unless, you know, somebody from really low in the EPT standings somehow is able to take his spot. Or everybody below him in EPT standings, which is quite a lot, are able to overtake him. It's still looking likely that he'll make it to Katowice next year. But for now, our qualified players for DreamHack Last Chance, at least from the Asia qualifiers, will be Parting, Solar, Trap, Stats, Bunny, Ragnarok, TY, and now INnoVation.
I just played the fanfare.
Yeah, I paused for the fanfare. Yeah.
Beautiful. Congratulations to all of those players. Plenty from either race. We got 3 Protoss, we got 2 Zergs, and 3 Terrans. Beautiful to see. A couple of, you know, interesting results, a couple of upsets. I think the biggest one is Bunny over Maru. It was great to see. And yeah, it's a bit of a shame that because of the way the bracket worked out, players like Rogue and like Dark were knocked out. Same with Zest as well. They did all kind of run into each other. And we will see if we see some of these names pop up in the future or in the other server qualifiers.
Yeah, and I mean, I think at the end of the day, there were 8 spots available in the Asia qualifier, and when we got to the closed qualifiers, only 32 players, or there were 32 players who came in, knowing full well that there was a chance that they wouldn't be able to qualify. A lot of these players also, I think we mentioned at like the start of the broadcast or something, just about every Korean player who you would normally expect to come to an event like this was here. As you mentioned, Zest, Maru, Rogue, SOS, Amok, Cure, just a couple of them who weren't able to qualify. And yeah, we'll keep an eye out for maybe the NA or the EU qualifiers, as it's open to anyone, so long as you're willing to play in that time zone and in that server.
Yeah, that's the great thing about this event is, like, because there were no seedings, like, literally the entire Korean scene showed up for this.
Yeah.
Like, literally everyone. You know, which is...
some.
Yeah, and then some, with a couple of other countries representing as well. It's a bit of a shame we didn't have someone from C here, like me or Micah show up. That would have been amazing. But we had Go Joey.
You, Ender.
Yeah, Ender as well. God damn it. But yeah, hopefully we see very similar participation for the NA and for the EU scene, that everyone comes out of the woodwork, like your Nina, your M Canning, Patty Mac, Neeb, Scarlet.
Actually, if we're going to be looking at the America server, there were a couple of players who were already invited to the closed qualifiers. That being about who you'd expect here, Astrea and Neeb for the Protoss, Future Colors are Special for Terran, and of course Champ Scarlet for Zerg. So yeah, actually would be nice to see, Nina and Canning, not Astrea, who is the other Terran player, Vindicta coming out for the open qualifiers.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, we'd love to see some of these other regions show up as well, whether it's Latin America, Oceania, Southeast Asia, even some of the Koreans. It would be really cool to see who can make it through. And that, of course, will be next week. Speaking of next week, as I quickly show the schedule on the screen right now, this is not next week's schedule. This is this week's schedule. As we are done for the day, and tomorrow we'll be live with Sea Duckling Open.
Oh, we will. We will be live tomorrow with Sea Duckling Open, starting at 6 p.m. Singapore time.
7 KST.
7 p.m. KST. I had to double check that real quick because I was like, wait, what time did we start today? Also 6 p.m. But wait, isn't it 6 p.m. KST? No, it's 7 p.m. KST. Yeah, that's our, of course, amateur event open to players from the Bronze to Diamond leagues from any region, as long as you're actually awake and willing to play there. So we don't force server, unlike DreamHack. So
I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit, Yaku. Are you gonna play in SDO tomorrow?
I'll see what it. Yeah. I'll sign up. I'll see how far I go.
There we go.
I played one ladder game this week. I don't think I'm eligible for Duckling Open, actually.
You say that every single time, and you're always eligible, mate.
I don't think I'm eligible this week. I only played one ladder game.
Excuses! We have none of that here. God damn it, Yaku. But yes, tomorrow is SDO. That does typically get casted by Steel Mold. He does cover that. And then during the weekend, we of course have Copa Hyperion, as well as, and I believe that's the last Copa Hyperion of the year. As well as Battle of the Americas and our own events, GPO.
Yeah. Stay tuned for all of that. Join whichever you can. Obviously, the informations are going to be on their respective brackets on challenge and what have you. But I think the best way to keep up with those is !Discord in chat. We'll bring you to the CranKy Ducklings Discord server, where we have all the information on the events that we run, as well as the events that we're affiliated with. Go on ahead.
Yeah, definitely. And and with that, thanks everyone for tuning in today. This one a little bit later than we're used to, especially where like ESL opened up Asia.
Yeah, well, it started later, so that's I think the major part.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, after Tuesday, which was about a 1.5 hour broadcast, nice 5-hour broadcast, just what we needed to round things off.
Definitely. We had some amazing matches. It was great to see players like my boy Dark perform, not quite qualifying, but he made INnoVation work for it, going all the way to the ace match. And yeah, we had some really great showings, and I hope the main event runs well. I do believe before the main event happens, TSL should be coming back soon. I don't know how big their hiatus is going to be. I'm not too sure. I don't know if they're...
actually have the bracket up right now, so I can take a quick double check. 14th December, midnight Singapore time is what Wikipedia is telling me.
All right, it's a Monday. There we go.
Yeah, all right. We'll be back on Monday.
We will not be casting TSL.
Not if it starts at midnight, and also we're not the casters for TSL.
But yeah, make sure to tune in to TSL. I know I will. I'll try my best to, because there's some amazing matchups going on there as well if you want to see some Korean on foreigner action. And with that, mate, where can people find more of you?
Twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. If I can eventually figure out how to play music on stream, then I will stream again. Twitter.com @Empore-Yakuzaku, or I already mentioned !Discord earlier, so I shan't repeat myself. !Discord in the chat if you want information of some of the other events that we run, as well as the one that we're affiliated with, as well as getting in contact with myself and the other CranKy Ducklings. I said I wasn't going to repeat it. God. Buy my shirts. Where can we find you, Light?
Light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter. You can follow me there. I do stream occasionally. Been streaming a little Final Fantasy. I actually streamed a ladder session before we went live today as well, so if you want to tune into some of that, you can. Otherwise, follow this channel, CranKy Ducklings. We've got plenty of StarCraft here. It's lovely, it's beautiful. We've got plenty of casters as well. We've got people like Yakuzaku, Steel Mold, myself, Yoda Slim, Milk and Cookies. We have Jets every now and then as well. Sano. It's beautiful. It's great. We've got a core team, and we try and bring you as much StarCraft as we can.
So this core is a 2 duo. I don't know why that popped into my mind. Look, it's 11:20.
It is. I want to go to bed, but I don't think I'm. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned. We're gonna raid Hearthstone.
Bye. Give him some love.
Give him some love. Ciao.
Bella.